Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Preston's Monthly Reviews, and today we'll be covering a few subjects and topics to give to you guys, and I'm hoping you thoroughly enjoy it. So let's just get started. Okay, so what's on the menu for today? So firstly of all, we're going to take a look at the monthly results, the poll results. Now I do apologise, I was very late with this one. A lot's been going on, which I'll tell you guys about later, but safe to say I asked the question whether or not the videos coming on Mondays and Thursdays at 3 PM or 1500 UK time was good and it was efficient, and I was actually quite surprised based on the results. Not very many, to be fair, but based on the results I did get with 11 votes, most of you guys actually turned around and said that neither the day or the time was good, which was something that actually took me by surprise. But nevertheless, it's much appreciated, and I respect the time effort, the time taken. You guys have made the effort to come and vote, which is really good. But I will be looking into it a little bit further. Maybe in the following year I'll have to have a think about when I change my times, but I want to continue for the moment purely because the year's nearly over. Believe it or not, I mean we are in November probably when this goes live, but it's amazing. So what I will do is I will be reviewing my schedule. But what I'll ask of you guys straight away, if you do, when you watch this, if you do have alternate ideas and suggestions, please leave a comment. Please leave a comment about what you think are good days and times to post on YouTube. Now bearing in mind, obviously the whole world doesn't operate by the UK time, so you know I'm not going to say it's irrelevant. I imagine the days are probably more relevant, I suppose, than times, because obviously what it is in like America, where East Coast is going to be. I mean, doing this now, it's like it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon here, so it's going to be about 9, 10, 11 o'clock over in the eastern states of America. Yet if you go somewhere, for example, like Russia, it's probably going to be 4 or 5 o'clock. I'm not too sure specifically, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. So please leave a comment, let me know your thoughts and what you think are good days and times, and what by 2026 I will be having a look at seeing what I can change. Some of you guys out there did enjoy my Megadrive games that I was playing, like Streets of Rage, which I'm really passionate about. I really love this type of game, and I had a mission that I wanted to go through each of the Streets of Rage games, 1, 2, 3 and 4, completing them with all the characters. Unfortunately, I was meant to do this actually a few months back, but I kept forgetting. But unfortunately, it doesn't run. The actual Megadrive and Genesis emulator for Steam, which you can buy, doesn't run, and I'm not too sure why. I did do a bit of research into it, and it's something about a C++ file. I'm not too sure, but it did run a couple of times. It would run, and then all of a sudden it would just crash halfway through. And I actually started recording another playthrough, and I nearly got to the bar on the first level, and it just crashed out. So I want to give a special mention to Scorpion Gamer 85 out there, because he was the one that really enjoyed my videos on the Streets of Rage and the retro games the most, based on his interaction. So I imagine you, sir, have been waiting quite a lot of time for a new one, and I'm trying, but unfortunately it just doesn't run. So I'm not too sure what I'm going to go with that one next, but I am going to keep trying. So I do apologise. Now obviously, the common sense rule is to keep your PC updated and keep it all up to scratch, etc., and obviously do your own fault finding, but despite that, I am still having a few troubles. So I'm hoping Steam, or as they've got the game on their system, is what the correct word to say, would get some sort of fix or advice put in place for players if you are having a problem. And if you guys are having an issue with the Sega and Genesis emulator for Steam, and you have a fix and you know how to solve the problem, I would greatly appreciate some advice and some tips, because I generally don't know. But yeah, as soon as it's fixed and as soon as I can start playing again, I will be producing more content for the Sega and Genesis emulator for you guys out there, and I'm determined to continue to complete Streets of Rage. Right, I got so it's going to be quite a quick one, I think, this monthly review, because a few things have gone on, but it literally has been quiet on a professional level, but quite busy on a personal level. But we'll share a couple of bits and see what you guys think. But I have another community shout out. Now, this chap I've known for a long, long time. Actually, I've known him probably 20 years, and we lost touch for a period of time. Just life moves on, people do different things, and just generally just have a busy time. But we've recently just touched base again, and he has his own YouTube, and he does Twitch as well. So, and he's a nice guy, he's a family man, and he plays predominantly Battlefield 6 at the moment in time, and obviously first-person shooter games, more than anything else that I'm aware of. So, I want to give this guy a bit of credit, and I would encourage you guys out there to go and check him out. He does a lot of Twitch streaming. He plays Battlefield 6 on a massive regular basis, and that's where it's going to lead me up to my next section here. So, but yeah, check him out. He's a very small channel, and he deserves a lot of love. He deserves a lot of love and a lot of your time. So please go and subscribe to his channel. Check him out. Watch some of his stuff. It's really, really cool. He's a nice bloke. So do me a solid and go and have a look if that's okay. But it leads me on to Battlefield 6, and I've been playing this game. Now, I was a bit of a stiffler for it because I'm a Battlefield veteran from 1942, back in very early 2000s. And I go back as far as the original that came out on PC. I will put the year on the screen because I think it's something like, must be 2003 or 2002, 2003 era. But I remember playing the original 1942, then Secret Weapons. This is in no order, I'm just going off the top of my head, but then it was Battlefield 2. I think after that it was Vietnam. I know Bad Companies have been around, but I never touched the Bad Companies, and I can't treat them as a bit of a separate game. But yeah, Battlefield 2, then I think you had Battlefield 2142, and then Battlefield 3, and obviously you've got 4, and then you've had 2042, and now we've got 6. Oh yeah, Battlefield 5 as well, sorry, I forgot Battlefield 5. But I have literally played all these games with the exception of Vietnam. I wasn't really interested in Vietnam too much, sadly, but and I've played none of the Bad Companies, but I have played the Battlefield, the standard series throughout, and I think Battlefield 3 was the revolutionary one that I remember when it came out, when the video was baited and it was all displayed. The little video sequence where you're in the Abrams and you're on the desert fields is such absolutely fantastic and amazing. And I had some good memories on Battlefield 2, to be fair, with some good colleagues from work. But one of the games I do actually really miss is 2142, and I was kind of hoping, to be fair, that this one would be a future, modern, updated, futuristic Battlefield like 2142. And I'm hoping the next one will be 2142 again, or a remaster, or some along those lines. Maybe Battlefield 7 will be based on that, because it was in the future, and I think Titan mode was absolutely amazing. I love Titan mode, and I wish I had some footage of my gameplay to show you, but of course I wasn't doing all this sort of stuff back then. But what do I think about Battlefield 6? Well, it is a bit like Battlefield 4 on steroids. It is a bit like Battlefield 4 on steroids, and it is good. I can't deny it. It's very, very good. There are a few things that I'm a little bit, I suppose disappointed is probably too strong of a word, but I think that could be done a bit of improvement. And one of those things is large maps. And I've heard down the grapevine that this is something that the community have been asking for quite strongly, is large maps, because that's where 2042 shined, where you had like Rush XL, which was 128 versus 128 people, and then you had the massive maps of Conquest with the same dynamic, and it was absolutely brilliant. I cannot stress enough how much I enjoyed the absolute carnage of 128 people versus 128 people. And when it was on massive maps, I mean literally large maps, at one point you could feel like there was not much going on around you, and you could set up camp, and the next minute all hell breaks loose and you've got everyone parachuting in and all sorts of chaos. And a few little niggly things like the explosions of tank shells don't do a lot of damage to infantry. I think that's a bit weak, but in general I actually think this game is really good and it's really fun. And I wasn't going to get it because I'm a bit of a stiffler. I was like, I'm not paying full price for this game, because most people have been stitched up historically by paying like £80-90 for or over $100 for a game that's come out, it's bugged, it doesn't look right, it's unfinished. And Battlefield 6 does have a little bit of this tendency. I don't think it's much, I have not detected much myself, but unfortunately it is quite expensive. But I was encouraged by a few friends, I'm not going to use the word bullied, but I was kindly bullied as such to get the game, and Mickey taked, and I finally succumb and I've got the game. And obviously you'll be seeing some footage of that in this video, not too much because there is a video of my playing Battlefield 6 on my own and with a friend, Mr. Rat, this week, when either if this video comes out Monday, then it'll be obviously on the Thursday's one, and obviously vice versa. When you've watched this, you've probably already seen it. But it is good. It is very, very good. I think helicopters are a bit weak. I think they get one shot by everything too much. I think that's a bit probably really realistic, but probably a bit weak as such. But in any case, very good. So you will be seeing a lot more footage of Battlefield 6. So not too much I want to oversaturate, but it's coming. There'll be some content available for you to watch on Battlefield 6, so I hope you guys enjoy that. Right, so next thing is, over the course of time, the last few weeks, if not months, I remember doing a section with you guys about toxic people online. And last episode, I mentioned to you that a small community of people I hang around with no longer associate with me, and I don't obviously associate with them. I've come to learn that a lot of us that were associated with a few people are no longer associated with this small group of people. So there's a large group of us now, and a small group, and a small group of exiled to the large group. Now, obviously, I'm not going to go into detail. Again, I'm not going to name names because that wouldn't be fair. But it's safe to say, after speaking with a few other people, it is seemingly that these small group of people have decided they no longer want anything to do with us, and therefore we've all been shoved out. The last time I mentioned to you guys is how to treat this and how to deal with this, and how sad it really is in general when you've been friends or been colleagues, or whatever you want to call it, with a group of people for a good 3, 4, 5 years, and if not longer in some cases, that when this happens is just to move on. It's just to move on, just not to worry about it. And I stick by that. I do stick by that. It's very easy to get very vindictive and very toxic yourself about the situation. It does warrant to be more careful in future. If you obviously meet people online, you've never met them before. Obviously, right now, you guys that know me in real life are seeing this video. You know who I am, and even people that have not met me in real life but have seen my YouTube channel and I play with them currently. Again, there's a bit of a connection. You know what I look like and who I am. But there's a lot of cases where you don't know what these people look like, and you talk to them and you associate with them. But bearing in mind, these guys that I associate with, I actually have, I've met them in real life. We were real life buddies. And things can turn toxic pretty quick over the simplest of little things. Lack of compliance if you don't agree with a certain political view or certain games that you play, or maybe you're just busy and you've got a real life. I hate to say the word real life. You've got family, kids. You've got a job and you've got other things, like I'm getting my tattoos done, for example. It all takes time, and sometimes you can't be on as much as what other people think you should. Yeah, it's just okay. Just don't worry about it. If I've said this before, just don't worry. It's not worth your time. Maybe they'll come back. So I just want to recap on that it's funny that the rest of us that have been exiled and pushed out of this small community, or like most of us, have started talking again and touching base, etc. And it's just one of those things. But then again, if you're on the other side of it, if a community is not right for you, if a community is not what you want it to be, then leave, then just go. Or it's the best way. If it's not exactly what you signed up for, then it's probably best not to be involved. But anyway, we'll leave that there for now. And if you've got any questions, then leave me a comment, and I'll get back to all comments. I'll do my best to get back to all the comments. But yeah, it's I'm not telling names, and I won't be doing that, but I'm happy to have a little bit more of a conversation about it rather than do a monthly review. But yeah, we'll leave it there. Right, so I'm going to share a little bit of real life now, a bit what's going on with me. I've meant to do a lot of other stuff actually, because I know in the previous months I've mentioned a few other series that have been left behind, like my Sleepy Cat series and all this sort of stuff, and obviously my Streets of Rage series have been left behind because life has taken over a little bit, and this is, and a good and a positive, a good and a bad. I've got some good news and some a little bit of sad news to report, and but it'll help you understand that despite all the time dedicated to making content as best we can as YouTubers and streamers or influencers, however you want to brand us, life does get in the way. So I would normally ask for good news or the bad news first. So we're going to try and get the bad news first. We'll do that, and we'll end hopefully on a positive note. But many of us out there not only have obviously loved ones, children, etc. We have pets, and I consider pets like dogs and cats, etc. as part of our family. Now, some people don't. East Europe, I won't name the country, but East Europe, there were instances where I saw dogs on chains upside, and that's just the culture. That's just what they do allegedly when I visited Eastern Europe, and it's not fine for me personally, but obviously each culture is different, and that's what they do. Then obviously if the dog's relatively happy, then there's not much you can say. But in the UK, and I imagine America as well, there's quite a few countries in Europe as well. You know, if you've got a dog, for example, they're part of the family. You know, I mean, my dog, I love like my daughter. You know, my dog is amazing. She's brilliant, and she's 10 years old. She's about 10 years old, and she is a rescue. So she appreciates the home she's got, and she's loved by everyone here. And sadly, she's still alive. But sadly, she fell very ill. Now, obviously, I've got a couple of videos for you guys to have a look at my report of when I was there. But I was going to do more, but unfortunately, you know, being at the vets while I was there, I had to be a little bit careful, and I want to give the vet, the company, a shout out. And I visited a special place in the UK, which I had a very good reputation of being a very good veterinary surgery. Now, don't get me wrong, that vets are expensive. I'm not going to hide it. Vets are very, very expensive. But nonetheless, this surgery was absolutely brilliant. They took such good care of my dog. It's unbelievable. But I'll go there in a second. So essentially, my dog developed a autoimmune disease, and sadly, her body was turning on herself, and she was bleeding from every gap imaginable. So we rushed her in, and she had a platelet transfusion and a blood transfusion, and she spent a week at this place trying to recover. She's back home. She's been paying regular visits, and she's on medication. But it really touched home that she's family, you know, that if she was to leave us, then it would be tragic. Now, don't get me wrong, none of us are immortal. We all have expectancies of moving on, but it's still sad, especially when you think that wherever a family member, it goes before their time, and we nearly thought we lost her. So the fact that she is still with us is amazing. She's not quite fully healed, she's not quite fully recovered, but what we'll do is I'm going to give you guys a moment just to watch some of the content or videos that I took while I was at the vet, just to blog it a little bit, because I wanted to share with you guys and the importance of animals as family. So I'm here at Megadrive in Woodstock. You know, I've always said that pets are family. Cats, dogs, whatever they are, they become part of your family. And this is no exception. She's missed her. She's been here for a few days now. You know, so you're a bit chilled out now, aren't you? She's very much missed. You've been through a lot, haven't you, already? So she's had a blood transfusion. She was bleeding quite a bit out of many places, and things are looking better. She's not out of the woods yet. They're still going to keep an eye on her. They're going to keep an eye on her, and they're going to see what's going on. Yeah, it's hard. I'm tired. A bit of work. It's been difficult. But it's all worth it. It's all worth it. Even spending this bit of time with her now at the clinic, just priceless, you know. I made it this really, I might not even post this. This is just something I want to quickly say. Your pets need you. They get old, they get ill, and they need you. And you must be there for them. Yes. I know she'll give her life for me, she'll defend me. So it's really important that you're there for them. So I just want to make sure you guys are, you know that, be there for your pets when they're ill, when they're healthy. Show them all the love in the world. Okay. If I can, I'll keep you updated. It's been a long journey so far, but so she's getting better, but she's not yet. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I might make this into a little something just to teach about pets and the importance of pets. I did do something about it earlier, mentioning about it, but this is it. Is it a good boy? You'll get better, doggy. Yeah? You will. You're a bit spaced out right now. Take care, guys. So I'm at the vets again with my dog and spending some time with her. She definitely deserves. Not out of the woods yet. She's got a lot of progress to do. And she is. Trying to get some sleep. So yeah, so they've done the blood transfusion and they're keeping an eye on her. They're going to take some tests tomorrow, this evening, and see how she is tomorrow. It's just eating is a bit of a problem at the moment. She's not eating as well as what she should. But she's overall, I think she's on the mend. I think based on the current information, she's getting better. So I think that's it's looking good, but you can never 100% be sure. You know, it's one of those things. Okay, well I really hope you guys enjoyed that little bit. I wish I had more content for you, but sadly I couldn't get any more. But nevertheless, I'm going to give full credit and a shout out to Megadrive in Woodstock, Oxfordshire. Now, I like these guys there. They were really good, but they did such a good job. They did a good job. They looked after my dog just like royalty. So I would recommend these guys, and they're 24 hours as well, so and 24/7 should I say. So if you're in the Oxfordshire area or you've got anyone outside, I mean I imagine there's probably others out there, but this one was recommended throughout when I did some research, and I decided to take my dog there, drove my dog there. So kudos to Megadrive and Woodstock. I did say to them I'll give them a shout out on my next review. So this is it. You know, you guys keep doing the great job that you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing. You've done absolutely amazing for my dog, and I no doubt you've done absolute great service to many other pets and family out there. So please don't change. Please keep doing it. And I know there are times when I was there was a little lad in a car with his parents, and he was in tears. And I got the gist that whatever animal they took there, with a cat or dog, they didn't come home. And it is really sad. And the vets there have emotions. I see a couple in tears. I did see a couple that were upset, and I couldn't do that job. Vets, you know, even like doctors, like they are basically animal doctors, they deserve a lot of credit, because when they have to make the decision or the recommendation, should I say, that an animal should be anaesthetised because it's suffering and can't be healed, I know what I'd be thinking. I know what I'd be thinking in that particular moment if I have to recommend to an individual that your dog is very sick and is in pain all the time. There's nothing more we can do. The only option left is anaesthetise, and yeah, I can't say it for YouTube's purposes, but we all know what you would feel like if you had to make that call. But they did say in most cases that people that refuse to have their animals move on, even though the animal's suffering, is probably the hardest part, because we all love our animals to pieces, and to lose them is tragic, but to have them with you suffering all the time is probably not the wisest of choices. But it's understandable, but it really isn't fair. But you know, that's morbid. So, but in any case, I'll keep you guys updated. She's with us. She's okay. You know, she's eating. She's going for walks. She's a bit slow. She's very slow walking, but you know, she's getting an old lady now, but she's loved very much. So yeah, keep updated. Now, on the positive side of the review is, believe it or not, I'm actually learning to ride a motorbike, and I might have mentioned this in the previous episode, but I actually have taken my CBT and I've taken my theory test and smashed it. I absolutely loved it. I actually smashed it. Now, there's a couple of videos I've taken of me talking about obviously being the bike. One of them was at the test centre. I really wanted to do more. I actually wanted to do so much more. There are so many great videos out there of people doing their CBTs with GoPros, and they're riding their motorbikes and they're going around, and I really wanted to do the same. Unfortunately, I don't have a GoPro, and there's no way to put my phone to record anything. So sadly, I couldn't capture anything. Whether or not I'll do my Mod 1 and Mod 2 tests, which are in December. Hi there guys, yeah, it's me, Preston. A bit of an unusual video clip here that I'm going to be doing. I've literally just done my motorbike theory test, and I can safely, happily say I've smashed it and I've passed. What I'll do is I'll do a YouTube video with some hints and tips and my own personal experience and a guide on how to do it and what to expect. But yeah, I'm stoked, I'm buzzing, I am literally shaking right now. I last did a theory test something like in 2002, so a long time ago, and a lot's changed to a certain degree, but I absolutely smashed it. I really am hoping by the time it's end of the year that I'll be fully qualified to ride a motorbike, but it's early days. This is the first step. I've taken the first step of learning to ride a motorbike, and it's the theory test. But yeah, this video will be attached to another one that I'll put up and on the channel, so watch this space, everybody. I'm really excited. I'm really hoping I can help other people pass their tests, whether it be car or motorbike. Get you ready, get you prepped, get you some advice that, from my personal perspective, what I think will help you guys, and we'll go from there. But yes, I've literally sat in the car. I've literally about 10 minutes ago walked out the centre. I've got my pass certificate, and I'll put a picture of it, my results on the screen, so you can see. It's pretty good. It's better than I expected. I thought I just scraped through. There's a few questions in there I was a bit unsure of. But no, I smashed it. It was really good. So yeah, watch this space, everybody. And yeah, if you are taking your test and you've just watched this part and don't watch the rest, good luck, be good, and do your best. That's all you can do. And yeah, I'm stoked. So yeah, just chuffed to pieces. Can't believe it. Anyway, won't waste any much of your time. I'll see you soon. Hello guys, I am at the training centre doing my CBT, and so far it is going really well. I've got on the bike, I've done a few circuits, braking, all the basic sort of knowledge to understand how the bike operates, etc. I'm just trying to put my licence in my pocket and I'm failing miserably. And now we're just about to go on to the road ride, which means that I'm going on the road. Now, so far the instructor was pretty happy with me. Said that I could ride the bike quite well, and I learned quite quick, which is reassuring. The other guys have just come back off their bikes, and this one here, that red one there, is the one I'm going to be on, a little 125 Honda there. Look, it's good actually, to be fair. I really enjoyed it, you know, it's a good experience. So I'll keep you guys posted. Let's see how we get on. Alright guys, and here we are. I'm alive and everything's gone well, and what a beautiful evening. Right, so just to give you guys a bit of information, I passed my CBT. I'm just sorry I couldn't include any sort of video footage of me doing the CBT because the opportunities never arose to record some. Just a bit of a shame really. There was 4 of us in total, plus the trainer, and obviously we were going around the circuits, etc. And I spent as much time as I could on the bike, and there was no real opportunity to hand my phone over to somebody else just to record, you know. But never mind, it was a thrilling experience for a man who turned up with all the gear, which I literally had all the gear. I literally had no idea. However, I did some obviously homework on bikes and the gears, how they work, and all this sort of stuff. I did do some homework on it, how it controlled, what to expect on the CBT. So I kind of had an idea of what was gonna happen. But from somebody who's never ever ridden a bike, piloted a bike, I've been on the back of one as a passenger, but I've never actually ridden one before. And I actually, in the end, I'm going on A roads now, doing 58 miles an hour. You know, I was up in the speed limit, of course, and that, and you know, it was amazing. It was absolutely fantastic, and the trainer had a lot of faith in me. I picked it up quite quick. I think I picked up everything quite smoothly. But it does open your eyes. It does open your eyes quite massively. Doing a bike CBT, and obviously I'm going for my mod 1 and mod 2 in the near future. That's already, I've booked the full DAS course, which means that I'll have the mod 1 and mod 2 as well as my CBT. It's, even though the trainer said I picked it up quite quick, which obviously, you know, I like to think I have. I picked it up quite quickly, and I've learned quite quickly about it. It is still very scary. It's still very, very scary. You are very vulnerable, and you feel the wind, you feel everything hit you. Now I've obviously got all body armour and leathers on me, so I'm quite well protected, but that's still, you know, that's still not enough compared to being in a car. I know the mod 1 and the mod 2 are a lot harder. They're a lot more difficult. But in reality, what you're doing is the mod 1, mod 2 is basically the CBT with muscles. They're a bit bigger, a bit harder, but the principles are the same. They just want you to test you if you can ride safely. Nevertheless, I did a bit of a report, a bit of a review about it when I went there, and I can safely say I will keep you guys updated. But what comes from that and what spurred it on? Well, probably a midlife crisis, to say the least. But you know, times are changing here in the UK and across the world, and I want a bit of freedom. I want to get it done while I still can. But not only that, I've got a little mission. I want to know if you guys are interested. So again, another excuse to leave a comment if you are is have a bit of a tour. Now, what I do with motorbikes, it's a bit different. Now, I want to go riding around the UK and potentially across Europe, and I think that'll be a great opportunity to do so. Now, when I plan to do this, I don't know. I was thinking next year, nicer weather, but I'm not 100% yet. But I would like to think that would make great content, is to go to locations and blog it and shoot videos, talk about what I've learned in the city or the town that I'm in, and you know, upload it to the channel and see what you guys think, and make it sort of like, you know, a different section or so, subcategory to the channel. So watch this space, we'll see what happens. As I said, I've got my mod 1, mod 2 in December. I'm hoping I pass first time. Of course, if you don't, you just try again. Just, you know, plan it again, try again. But I'll keep you guys updated. Right, so pretty much last on the list really at the moment I've got in front of me is lighting in your room. Now obviously I released my Preston's reactions, sorry I forgot that. So Preston's reactions, I've already done the first episode and I was dropped in the deep end by a friend, and yeah, it's an interesting topic to talk about, reaction videos. Now I've tried to keep polite and calm, and be logical when I reacted to different stuff, and it was basically based on a gentleman walking into a barber shop that was predominantly coloured or black individuals there, and challenged them about fatigue and all that sort of stuff. And it was an interesting watch, and I really thought, yeah, I've been dumped to the deep end here, and not that I wanted to cause problems, etc., but it was actually an interesting video to do. And throughout the video, there were times when my face here, for example, was quite dark and you couldn't quite see me properly, and that's because as the video I had in front of me changed from the presenter to the actual video footage itself, it was different brightness, I'd say, different brightness. So of course lighting my room is really bad, and I've got a lamp back there, as you can see, and the main lamp up there I don't use, and of course at that point I've got no lights. And obviously having lights in front of me, like I could turn this on for example, you know, it brings light but it doesn't actually do the job very well. So I've got to do something about that, probably more better. And I've got actually a lamp behind my monitor which I should have used really, but I didn't think about it. But one of the things I want to mention to you guys is that, like, you know, this is my room. I'm doing all this from my room, which I've mentioned many a times before, and it is difficult to get the balance correct. Like now, I've got a bright screen at the back of me at the moment, which is obviously giving light to my face, which means you can see me easier. So on that basis, it's you can see my face, but if I was to move everything a bit so it's dark a little bit, you'll quickly see things change. Can that move? Come on. You probably can. You can probably already see it if I just do it this way. You can already see probably that my face will change. If I do this, look, see, it's brighter, and if I do that, it's darker. So it makes a massive. This is just off my monitor. So it does make a big difference. It does make a big difference. I'll leave it like this and see what you guys think for a while, but it makes a massive difference. And if I had this on again, for example, and plonked it on my desk, you know, I've got a bit more light on my face, but again, it's not enough. But the point I'm making is that do your best. I said, you know, if you're in a professional studio, there's not much you can do. I mean, I could do more. There's a couple of colleagues that I've got that I know that actually have said to me, you know, they've got a green screen at the back of his head and all this sort of stuff, and they have proper lamps and lights everywhere, but I don't necessarily want to turn my room into a studio, and I haven't got room, either for a green screen, so that would probably not be worth it. But in any case, try and balance it. I didn't realise at first that this would happen. It's only after I actually edited it and done it all that I actually rewatched it before I actually published it, and I actually thought, it's a bit dark in areas, but I thought I've run out of time. It took a long time to do, and I thought I don't really want to go for it again. But we're all learning every day. So we're nearly at the end of the year. When this goes out, it's going to be November, so we're nearly at the end of 2025, and I've been doing this now for over a year. I mean, when I hit December and I do my review in December, there'll be some important questions I'll have for you guys about the future of the channel. Not massive, like game changer sort of questions, but opinion-based questions that I want you guys to help me out with. But so far, the channel is doing amazingly well. Thanks to you. It's doing absolutely amazingly well, and I am trying to improve all the time and try and do content all the time. It's tough. YouTube is a very challenging environment where there's millions of people doing exactly what I'm doing. Even on social media, even social medias. And if you've got this far already, it's fantastic. I appreciate it. But please check out my social medias, so Facebook, Instagram and TikTok, and even Threads are all linked to the channel, where I put some stuff up from the channel, but I also find other stuff that's interesting to put up as well to try and build up a bigger community. So please go and subscribe to them too if you can. But it is a challenging time. There's so many people doing this, and then obviously the quality that people produce varies massively, and much better than mine by any case now. But I'm not obviously going to do this for fun. We do it for fun. We do it to record what we do on a daily basis or on a regular basis, playing video games, having fun. I mean, I played Battlefield 6 and I recorded some absolutely fantastic clips and footage, which I will be making into shorts and that, but unbelievable, absolutely fantastic, and it's good fun. It is good fun doing this, but it is a lot of work. And as you get more professional and you get bigger and you become more successful, it does become a lot more work. And that's why, for me as a family man, I've got people I'm looking after, etc. Especially now with my dog being sick, it's looking after her. It's a bit more. It takes up a lot of time, and your schedule has to change. And sometimes, this is not my main job. This is something I don't do as a money earner. I've got a normal job as it is, and I like my job. Don't get me wrong. But one day, I hope maybe in the far future, that this will take off even bigger, and I could probably live off it. But it's one of those things everybody aspires to do, and it's one of those things a lot of people want to achieve, and it's difficult. Even with the amount of subscribers while recording this it's actually still very difficult. It's not as easy as what you think it is. But then again, maybe it is something I'm doing wrong. Maybe the content I am doing isn't actually as good as what I think it is. So there's lots of things and questions to ask for. There's lots of different things to to really have a look at. So all I would say is keep trying. Don't give in. Keep trying. Keep plodding forward. Work with people. Find a community of people you can make content with, hang out with. I mean, like for example, like reaction videos, it's something I wanted to do for a while. I've done one already, and I will be doing more, and I will try and get into the flow of it. I will try and get more into it a bit more to actually react and present myself in a better way over time, make the videos better and better and better. And it's one of those things that it just takes time. It just takes time. So in that case, I'm happy to help people. My channel, what I like it to be is I help people, I bring people up, I try and advertise people, because if I've got a bigger player base, a bigger channel base, more subscribers, and then hopefully more of you watch in general and averages, then the smaller channels, then I can try and encourage you guys to go to them as well and support them. If we all work together, we can make it. And on that note, I shall leave you there. I thank you for watching. It's really appreciative, and let's see what happens in November. Keep it posted. Until next time.